Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Checkpoint Corner, our video game podcast. I'm your host, Ryan. Join with me every week. We got Tyler.
Hello.
And Mather.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, good.
How are you?
Good. I'm good. It's my birthday today.
Happy birthday. Big 21.
Yeah.
Can we get a happy birthday in the chat comments?
In the reviews?
In the reviews? And the emails?
Yep.
Yeah, so it is my birthday today, but have you guys been playing any games?
Been playing Cyberpunk. A little bit more of that again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just kind of going for like a cowboy build.
Yeah, a Cyberboy build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyberboy.
Cyberboy. Cowpunk.
Cyber cow.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've been really busy. I haven't really played anything. I've played Apex now and again. A little bit more of Mad Max, but that's about it for me.
Yeah, I haven't played too much. I dabbled with little things every now and then, but they're not worth really bringing up.
Yeah.
Pretty uneventful week.
Yeah, maybe next week will be more exciting.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, our topic is going to be games that we think deserve sequels that we want.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll get right into it. Tyler, why don't you start us off with the first one on your list?
So the first one on my list is very plausible to get. I don't know if it was announced already, but I got Ghost of Tsushima on my list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's on my list too.
Yeah.
It's a newer game, so I'm sure it's undoubtedly going to get a sequel.
I mean, it's getting a movie.
A sushi sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to explore that world more and I guess want to explore Gin more. What's his name?
Jin
Jin,
Sakai.
Gin Sakai, yeah.
So where do you think the story would go, though?
I would like to see it be taken off of Tsushima. Maybe
Yeah.
go to like the main island of Japan.
Ghost of Japan.
Yeah. Well, it could still be called Ghost of Tsushima because he's from
Oh, yeah, true.
Tsushima.
The Ghost of Tsushima.
The
That's-
Ghost of Tsushima traveled to Japan.
It is. Yeah, that game does have two different endings where
Yeah, it doesn't really matter that much.
I guess you if it's set far enough apart, you don't really have to acknowledge if he kills his uncle or not.
Yeah.
I would like to see a sequel. I'm looking up online here. It says this article says job listing confirms Ghost of Tsushima 2, and I don't doubt it's going to come out eventually, but the sooner
Mhm.
the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to go to Tsushima. I think it's really fun. I just love the world. I love the characters so much.
I love almost everything about that game. It's so much fun.
Yeah. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite
I would-
games of all time.
Is there anything you want to see in the sequel? Because I would love more like duels.
Yeah.
It's scattered across the map.
One thing, yeah, definitely. One thing that I got tired of was doing the duels. It was the exact same like opening cutscene for every duel, where he does the little thing
Oh.
with the sword. It was like that exact same thing.
Oh yeah, I know.
Every time.
I really like the duels in that game. It's just a shame there's only like 4 that were tied to one. I mean, obviously there's more throughout the stories, but like
Yeah.
in terms of just the open world, there's only like 4
Yeah.
tied to that one quest. I
Ye-
just like to fight a one-on-one
Yeah,
in
definitely.
a cool environment. And then I would also like maybe to have some kind of system. I mentioned this before, where you could do it the honorable way. So there's kind of like
Oh, yeah.
a karma system, or
Yeah, I don't think that'd make
Yeah.
much sense story-wise, though.
yeah, definitely not in this game. But I guess because Cyberpunk always kind of does that with their, well, not always does
Yeah.
it, but like with their infamous games, they have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I would want to see like more utility. You know, like how he has all those gadgets and stuff. Like just
Mhm.
more of that, and like maybe more advanced utility too. Maybe being able to use the grappling hook other than just use than on the grappling points.
Yeah, it'd be cool to use the grappling hook against enemies.
Yeah,
Like
That'd be
swing it
cool.
and like sweep it under their feet.
Yeah, or just use it like anywhere too. You know, just
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like it's really fun, and I get why they made it so you can only do it at certain points, but you know, I just like grappling hooks. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to say about that?
No, I think that pretty much covered it.
All right. Then Matherin, what's the first one on your list?
Well, the first 2 on my list, I'm kind of iffy about mentioning these, so I'll probably mention them later if we get to that. So I'm going to start off with Titanfall 2.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
my
think-
list too.
Yeah, I think that it really deserves a sequel, especially since it had bad marketing to begin with. It kind of got off on the wrong foot. but people have really started to appreciate that nowadays more. Just Titanfall through,
Yeah, definitely.
not just through Apex, but through Titanfall itself. The thing is with Titanfall, if they were to come out with a Titanfall 3, is that I feel like Apex kind of killed the chance for it.
Yeah.
'Cause Apex is just their project that they're going to be spending years on. They have been spending years on.
Maybe they should just make Titanfall 3 solely. This is a very controversial decision, but maybe they should just make it solely a single player experience, even though I don't think that would be smart. But like, I feel like just the Apex is such a powerhouse in multiplayer.
Yeah.
That it's not gonna. Even if Titanfall 3 did have multiplayer, what is it really gonna have that much of a life? Unless they like kind of mix in Apex with Titanfall 3.
That's something I was thinking
so like
of.
if Apex is like right there in the menus when you open up Titanfall 3.
Yeah.
So you can go kind of like how I think Warzone did with Call of Duty.
Yeah. I was thinking of that, and that honestly would be a really cool idea if they like had the characters that you play as in the multiplayer of quote unquote Titanfall 3 just be the Apex Legends. And that way you could have like your own personalized like Titan personalized to like each character.
Yeah,
or maybe not, but
yeah, I don't know. I think they should really just expand on the pilot customization. I do want the multiplayer in just because that Titan and pilot combat was so well done.
It was.
That they need to bring it back, and I want more story.
They just really need to do something really unique with their multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like something that you can't do in Apex.
Well, yeah, I think the Titans and pilot would set it apart well enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like something specifically with the Titans. I don't know.
Like fighting each other.
That's a great idea.
But yeah, I would just because Titanfall 2, I'm really disappointed with the lack of customization and like the progression. I would like it if you could switch out like armor bits, kind of like Halo in Titanfall.
That would be cool.
That would be sick.
So you can just have your pilot, and then Apex Legends can kind of just be its own thing for like Battle Royale and stuff like that.
That's also a good idea too. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Titanfall 3 definitely needs to happen.
Yeah, I really.
It's one of the best multiplayer FPS.
Like I can wait for eons, but I'm still gonna wait for that to come out. Like, you know, I can wait till Apex is on its like deathbed.
Yeah, that's probably when it will come out. Once they're like, okay, Apex is dead.
And
it's
who knows?
dying. We need to get this out.
Yeah, who knows how long that's gonna take?
Yeah, I also fear though that once Apex dies, then they're just not gonna do any more Titanfall anymore.
Oh yeah, but that's not for a long time.
Oh yeah, definitely not. But we'll see.
It has to be like a sweet spot when Apex is starting to, go down, and then they release it, and then the hype comes back up because of it.
Yeah. Yep, and then they introduce more characters in the story to add to Apex.
Yeah, that would be a good way of getting more characters in. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess if that's all you have to say about that sequel, that's a good one. So mine is Alien Isolation. For that, I think we need a second game of. Kind of ends on a little cliffhanger, but with I don't remember her name.
Ripley.
Well, the daughter of. She is a Ripley, but she's the daughter.
Oh yeah.
Of the main Ripley, still being alive in space. The game gets it's a little repetitive, and slow in some parts, and kind of feels like you're just doing the same thing over and over again, which I think a lot of horror games falls into. But it's such a good horror game with the xenomorph hunting you. Oh my
god, yeah.
And anytime you make a loud noise, you think it's coming for me. And it's just such a smart AI system that they've crafted that they need to do more on this. I would like it maybe more on like a planet than like just being stuck in a spacecraft. Maybe like you're on a planet while the thing's hunting you.
That would be cool.
Feels like they've been releasing so many Alien games that just miss the mark on what an Alien game should be.
Yeah, a lot of them are like top-down action shooters.
And they're just too like action. Where's like the horror element?
Because Alien itself kind of started out as a horror movie.
Yeah.
No, it just was a horror movie. Let me clarify. It just is a horror movie, and it translates so well into a game where something.
If it's done right, yeah.
Yeah, if it's done right, yeah. And Alien Isolation is just a perfect example of that. So definitely need a sequel for that. I have later on.
I would love that. Maybe I'll look something up. Who made Alien Isolation?
Man, I feel like the name's on the tip of my tongue.
Wasn't it Capcom?
No.
No?
Developed by Creative Assembly and published by Sega.
Sega. Right. Okay.
Creative Assembly. Alien Isolation 2, let's look it up.
Yeah, but they
Alien Isolation 2 isn't happening. There was one,
Aw.
there's a DLC for Alien Isolation where I think you just played the first movie.
Oh, really?
And I kind of want to get that.
You played as Ripley?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like it could be fun.
But yeah, they really need to use that AI again. Like, it was so creative.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah, I really do like that game. It's it's still, a lot of people give it praise, but it still feels underrated in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'll say about Alien Isolation. I need a second one, but it looks like it's not going to happen.
Why not? There's one.
I don't know. Just
man.
a bunch of articles popped up saying Alien Isolation 2 is not happening.
Oh, man.
That sucks.
That does suck. Huh?
What's the next one on your list, Tyler?
The next one on my list is Death's Door.
Oh.
I think a sequel could be really interesting.
Death's Door
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Death's Doors.
It did just recently come out, right?
Yeah.
Kinda
Yeah, pretty recently.
Yeah, so that's very possible.
Yeah. I think a sequel where, like, you know, I don't exactly remember what happened at the end of Death's Door.
Well, you free Death.
Yeah, you free Death, but I think it'd kind of be interesting to go on the other spectrum. What if, like, Life goes crazy? Lady Life goes crazy or something.
Lady Life.
Lady Life. And she, like, creates these, like, monstrosities and stuff that you have to, like, kill.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe. So are you saying you still play as the crow guy or as a different
Yeah.
guy?
That's the crow guy. Yeah, why not? Or you could play as Death, I guess.
I'm sure Death would be a pivotal character in it.
Yeah. I mean, the crow's too iconic, though. You can't not play as the crow.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a different way to go, or maybe Death goes evil or something.
Yeah,
That doesn't make much.
evil.
just kind of a sequel that expands on the lore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And like how it works.
I really just like the aesthetic of that game of the crows, just kind of being like not blue collared workers, but kind of like an office job.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Death's Door, that could get a sequel. Put it on Game Pass day one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything
Have you
else?
played Death's Door? No?
I tried starting it, and I must have been in the wrong mood because I got really bored of it really
Well,
quick.
I think it's almost. I had fun with it, but man, the boss fights were really easy. It felt like, I think I've said this before on the podcast, but yeah, the boss fights were really easy in my opinion. So I would definitely want more boss fights and kind of more an expansive, just more focus on the boss fights.
Yeah, definitely. I would love better boss fights that are harder, like you said. And I would also like... I was kind of disappointed on the map of Death's Door. I don't know. It just didn't feel very...
Creative.
Yeah. It just didn't feel very, like, intuitive.
Yeah.
Intuitive.
And so I would like, I don't know, maybe a map system in the next
Oh
game.
yeah, because they didn't have a map.
No,
yeah,
that's
that's
yeah.
something they need. That was one of my big complaints about playing the game. There's just no map,
Yeah.
so I didn't know where I was going.
So like
Yeah.
in the sequel, maybe a bigger world and a map system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then maybe traveling through other realms and stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool. Going through like, yeah, the death realm and the life realm.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
Maybe
my
life's not
God.
like on brand, but something like that.
Life store. What's the next one in your list, rather?
Oh my goodness. Mine is just something that you may have on your list. It's very nostalgic. It's a Starhawk.
Yeah.
Starhawk, Warhawk. You know, people say Warhawk 3 or Starhawk 3 or whatever.
No, they had to call it something else.
Yeah,
Battle
something
Hawk.
something Hawk.
Battle Hawk.
I know that the developers of it said that they had concept for it, but they did not have the funding at the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm afraid now it's just too late, you know, that they just won't develop another Hawk game unless there's like massive hype about it for whatever reason.
Mhm.
But I would just love to see another one of those games because they're so damn good. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
And they're
Indeed.
just so creative with their combat and stuff. And the first one is just, there's a lot happening in the first one.
Yeah,
but
the first one was just like blind fun.
Yeah. But like one thing that really stuck out was the warhawks that you're in, the planes and stuff. That's why my dad loves those games so much, because he loves plane games for whatever reason. But
Yeah.
like the flight combat, like the aerial combat in both of those games is just so well done, and you're just able to just transition from that to ground immediately in both games. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Or just mix between the two, like there's a ton of that, and it's so much fun.
Do you want like the sci-fi alien aspect of Starhawk, or would you rather they go like more grounded, like the World War II aesthetic?
I really liked Starhawk's like cowboys versus aliens type thing.
Yeah, like
in
the
space.
Western sci-fi feel.
Like, I thought that was super sick, and they attached a campaign to it, which was fine.
Yeah,
But like, I really loved that aesthetic, and I'd love for them to just go for something completely new, honestly, since they have this ongoing theme of just like different aesthetics for everything. Because the first one was more like a World War II aesthetic, but nothing that exists in that game existed in World War II. Like, it was way too advanced.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was just kind of like just the aesthetic of World War II with the technology of science fiction.
It wasn't even like anything that closely resembled us. It was like, except for like the fact that there are guns and there are places that exist within our world, kind of.
What if they make the third game like a medieval game?
Oh,
Medieval style, not like swords and stuff, but like guns when you're like wearing knight armor.
Would be super. That would be
So
super
it's like
sick.
Final
honestly.
Fantasy.
Yeah, like
Something.
I don't know, something like that.
That would be super sick. I would be so down for that, honestly.
Magic Hawk. I don't know.
Magic Hawk.
Magic Hawk,
Castle Hawk.
Spell Hawk.
Nighthawk.
Nighthawk.
something
Nighthawk's a
like
good
that.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I would love to see more of that. I would, and if I could, and I can, but I would start like a whole hype train, just getting this, getting
Get
something
signatures.
get signatures, get this thing going. I want another
Get a
Hawk.
petition going.
Yeah,
I just feel like
Hawk
PlayStation is just so doesn't really care about those multiplayer games anymore.
Yeah,
They
which
put
is
most of their
sad.
funding to just their third-person story-driven games.
Yeah. Well, I think those are the most successful.
Oh, they definitely are, but I still have a soft spot for those niche little
Yeah,
games.
absolutely.
But yeah, what's next on your list, Butta?
Let me get off these articles here. So I'm gonna go. So this one's really popular, and I think everyone would agree with me.
Oh,
Maybe not you guys, because you haven't played them, and Tyler didn't seem to get attacked, but I'm sure you'd love it anyways. Bloodborne needs a sequel.
Oh, yeah.
This needs to happen.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of putting that on my list, but I decided against it.
Oh, you bitch. Bloodborne is just like Dark Souls does not deserve 3 games. Bloodborne does. Bloodborne needs a sequel. It has such a cool world, such cool lore behind it, and the Dark Souls games don't even make sense continuity-wise. So Bloodborne, you don't need to worry about setting it in that continuity. Just, keep the lore kind of the same, but do whatever you want with it.
I actually did start Bloodborne a little bit ago. I did, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was on like one of my off days, so I kind of just started out, but then got a little bored and did something else.
Bloodboard.
Yeah, Bloodboard.
Well,
I like Bloodborne, and I'm surprised it hasn't had a sequel
Yeah, me
already.
too.
They do
honestly.
say, I got pretty excited because they say FromSoft's their new project is already under development.
Oh, really?
So they're already just immediately. I thought they were going to announce some Elden Ring DLC and stuff, but it just says they're new. I'm sure they will in the future, but they say they're coming out. Their next big project is underway. So I'm really crossing my fingers for a Bloodborne sequel. I don't want it to be a massive open world like Elden Ring, because I was not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I want more focused pathways, just cool cities, and just really great boss fights.
Yeah.
Pretty much almost all the boss fights in Bloodborne are really great, and I don't want them to do what Elden Ring did and just overbloat the game with bosses
Yeah.
that don't need to be there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bloodborne. Yeah, I think Bloodborne for me, like the best part of it was like the map and like how it was laid out, how it was like linear paths.
Yeah.
And Yeah, it was like despite having, I don't think it had a map system. At least I never found one.
No, you don't really need a map system just
Ye-
because it's little segments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because like, yeah, that's what I was gonna say was you just like go forward, and like if that's not the path, then there's always the other path that you can go down.
Yeah, it's a dungeon crawler essentially.
Mm-hmm. Which
Yeah,
is
which,
like,
which
my
is what the
favorite
yarn, what the chalices are. I would like, yeah, a sequel, maybe more. If Bloodborne 2 could just get like more expansive class building, like the Dark Souls games and the Elden Ring franchise, I would love that so much. Because in Bloodborne, you're either going to be kind of a hunter guy, which
Yeah.
is like, yeah, it makes sense for the aesthetic, or just kind of this religious monk magic wielder,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and which is both fine, but I would just like more options.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess everyone wants a Bloodborne sequel. That's what they should announce next is
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bloodborne 2.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
I agree.
What's the next one on your list, Tyler?
I don't know if anyone's heard of this game, but I have Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. I think it's a really cool world.
Have
heard of this.
You've played this game?
I have, yes.
Okay.
I own it on Steam.
Is it only on Steam?
I don't think so. I think it's on Xbox.
Yeah, because I've heard of this. I could have sworn it was on Game Pass or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think maybe it was free with gold at some point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that might be it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like the world is very cool. The art. There's no way we're getting a sequel because it's pretty old. I think.
2013.
No, not as old as I thought, but
Oh, that's pretty old actually. It's almost 10 years old.
yes, I guess, man, time flies.
Yeah.
I like the artistic style of it, and like, obviously, like, spoilers, but you can't really call it Brothers anymore.
So just one boy.
Yeah, yeah. Just one boy is the title. I don't know, just like expanding on the universe. Maybe it doesn't have to be a direct sequel because I don't know what they do. But
Another brother.
another
Yeah.
brother, another pair of brothers, somewhere else in the world that are completely unrelated.
Different brothers.
Or two sons
Maybe
that aren't brothers.
Step brother or
Step
something.
brothers,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, and like, yeah. I mean, the whole game is a gimmick where you like control two of the characters at the same time as like a puzzle game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a really cool.
Is it
world, I
two
think.
players?
No, it's not. That's the whole
There-
gimmick.
Okay. I thought the whole gimmick would be it had to be two players.
No. I mean, I guess two people could hold two
Oh,
sides. of the
that's very
controller.
romantic.
Both can control.
Not bad. Yeah, I can't say too much about the game because I know very little about it because
Yeah,
I
me
hate
neither.
brothers.
Well, we're
goodness.
brothers.
That's
so.
why I hate you.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Well, I love brothers, except for that one.
And with that,
Oh.
we'll move on.
Okay.
Heather,
All right,
what's the
yeah,
next
let's-
one on
let's
your
move on.
list?
I know you have this on your list. I put Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, I have that on my
Yeah,
list. Too.
I haven't even played this game.
You just know it needs a sequel.
I've seen so much about
If
it.
nothing else, for the music alone, we need
Oh
more
my
music.
God, yeah, the music. But I've seen you play it. I've seen a lot of people play it actually. I've seen so much about it. I just love how balls to the wall crazy it is
I
with
know, dude.
everything.
Yeah, I was very close to putting it on my list, even though I haven't played it.
Yeah, I
well, in its
know.
entirety, I played
It's-
a one
yeah.
level of it.
But it just looks so fun.
Yeah,
I
it's-
know you can say a lot
It's
more about
just
this.
one of those. I just kind of miss the era of the PS3 of just these crazy games that are just so campy and silly,
Mhm.
and the actions
Yeah.
just doesn't. They don't need to worry about like kind of like this meaty story and like realistic looking combat. It's just crazy, insane. Like I think Devil May Cry 5 did a good job of kind of like capturing that, but I just want more of that, and I think a sequel could be really fun. And again,
Yeah.
more music.
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm just hoping this is one that I kind of have hope for having a sequel though, because it's kind of gained a lot of popularity over the internet and everywhere, especially in recent times. I don't know why, but so I fingers crossed, that they just out of the blue at some random E3 just say, hey, Metal Gear Rising 2, why the hell not?
Yeah.
Like that would just be so sick, honestly.
Yeah, it would be. From like the little I played, I had so much fun with that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, that's my recommendation.
All right, I will move on to mine. So the next one on my list is Republic Commando needs a sequel. I don't think it's
Oh,
gonna come
yeah.
out, but it ends on a cliffhanger with one of your boys being captured or dead. I don't know. I think a sequel could be really cool. Maybe they do a big time jump, and they kind of go maybe like during the Order 66 or something, and maybe you just can either kill Jedi as your team,
That'd be cool.
like hunt Jedi. That'd be sick.
That would be.
Or hunt like rogue clone troopers maybe.
Yeah.
Just I think the game deserves a sequel. It's a really good FPS. Maybe even add a multiplayer mode, because the first one kind of had that maybe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sorry if you can hear Discord noises. It's very unprofessional.
Birthday wishes. a lot of those are coming through.
Yeah. But yeah, just Republic Commando I think deserves a sequel. You guys should play the game if you haven't. It's pretty.
Yeah,
It gets a
yeah.
little repetitive, but yeah, it's just a good solid shooter that I think you could do a lot of with today's technology.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I do love. I love the armor of the.
Of the commandos. Yeah.
Imagine it being online, and you could customize your commando.
That would be
That'd be
so
cool.
sick. Yeah. They kind of had that in Battlefront too.
Yeah.
You can play as a Republic commando.
Yeah,
They can't customize them, I don't think.
Yeah, they need to make Battlefront 3.
Oh, well, that's actually the next on my list, so we'll get around to that.
Okay. Then moving on to Tyler.
Yeah.
I think after playing Symphony of the Night, I think they should make another Castlevania game.
Trust me, buddy, they need to. Konami, just pretty much all of Konami games needs a sequel.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know it's never
Is Metal Gear
happened.
Rising Konami? Because I know Metal Gear is.
Yeah, I
That
don't
is
know.
Right.
I
Yeah,
thought Rising was made
is Konami.
It is.
Really?
So.
I thought it was made by like an off-brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after playing Symphony of the Night, I just want another Metroidvania like that.
Yeah.
In Castlevania, well, I just want another Symphony of the Night, basically a sequel to Symphony of the Night. Like I know,
Yeah.
like what was the last one we had? 2013.
The reboot one. The
Yeah.
Lord of Shadows.
Lord
what
of
is it called?
Shadows, and that was like 3D or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, wasn't that linear or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more of it's just a story like hack and slash PS3 game.
Yeah. It doesn't look that exciting. I
played a little bit of the first one, but
Yeah, I just want another Metroidvania Castlevania game.
yeah, you should try the Bloodstained games. Then it's not quite. I don't think it's quite as good as Symphony of the Night,
Yeah.
and I haven't finished it. The
Seems
Curse
hard.
of the Moon or whatever, but no, that's Symphony of the Night's not a cakewalk.
It's not.
Yeah.
There's definitely a learning curve in it.
I really like the aesthetics too. Just not really the aesthetics. Well, obviously the aesthetics. Now I'm going back and forth, but just kind of the general look of Symphony of the Night.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that would be kind of difficult to translate to today.
I think they just need to make another like pixelated Castlevania game.
Oh, Pixel. See, that's where I felt, again, Konami needs to sell its IPs
Yeah.
to people that actually make games. Silent Hill needs a sequel. It's not on my list, but Silent Hill needs a sequel. Castlevania needs another game.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Rising needs another game.
Yeah.
And the thing with the Castlevania games, I want another one, but I don't know if I want just like a 2D Metroidvania. Like Metroid Dread, I think most people like that game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it can work, but I kind of just want something newer and
Yeah.
different than
Yeah.
just kind of like relying on that old formula. I just kind of want a new Castlevania game to take risks. Maybe
Yeah.
That's true.
what if they do a remake of Symphony of the Night? It's not a sequel, I know, and this goes against everything, but a remake of Symphony of the Night, but make it more, I don't know, 3D. But I guess that
Like a
would-
Souls game,
I mean, maybe that would be cool.
like Dark Souls, but you're Alakai.
But that's
I
not a
don't know.
sequel.
I think, well, I don't know. I think like I disagree. I think they need to go back to their roots
Yeah.
and make a Metroidvania. And you can do like whatever you want in the Metroidvania. You could play as, I don't know, one of the Belmonts, obviously.
Yeah.
Or maybe Alucard's son. Maybe Alucard has a son.
Or it could just be Alucard again.
It could be.
He
I
wa-
guess.
reawoken and
Or
has to stop.
they throw a curveball and you play as Dracula.
and you have to defend your castle, and it
Yeah.
becomes like a fortress builder.
You have to. It's Castlevania, like
Police tower
castle
defense.
management.
Yeah,
And you have to.
Oh my god.
You have to like design dungeons for the Belmonts to
That would
die
be
in.
funny, honestly, if they had that as like a side-o mode or something.
Yeah, but no, I would definitely love another Castlevania, especially if it's just a Symphony of the Night too.
Mm,
But
yeah.
call it Orchestra of the Night.
Orchestra of the
Yeah.
That is a good one. And yeah, they probably should just stick to the 2D style because that's where Castlevania is probably at its best.
Yeah.
But I guess Battlefront 3?
Yeah, Battlefront 3. I know that I'm going to be talking about the classic and the new one because I feel like they both deserve sequels, and one was and I'll say was because I'll get to that in a second, was definitely more probable than the other. Classic kind of already got a sequel, Classic Battlefront 2, with like the Elite Squadron for the PSP, but that was it. It didn't like it wasn't
Yeah, I
really
played
a
that game.
sequel. Yeah.
I think it was more of they were more like testing. Wasn't it like it was kind of like a test to see if they could make a Battlefront
Yeah.
sequel cuz that had ground like ground to ship and ship to ground combat.
Yeah.
So it was definitely felt different. but-
Yeah, something like that. And then there's the new Battlefront 2. A lot of people are saying that it deserves a sequel, and they're rooting for it, but EA just straight up said nope.
Because they're brats.
Yeah, because they're brats. Because
Yeah.
it didn't perform well at first, but then it like got better over time. And now people love that game. Like there's like a whole following with it now. And I think just for that alone, it deserves a sequel. But also, it's just a fun game.
Yeah, I think Battlefront 3 as been part of the newer ones could definitely benefit from
Yeah.
a sequel
Oh, definitely, yeah.
because they refined the second game. Imagine putting what they refined into the third one with like from the ground up though, and
Yeah.
then just constructing this really great Star Wars game.
Yeah, and they just made a really good Star Wars game, yeah.
Yeah.
That could
But
be so much fun.
Yeah, I
Added
think-
maybe like a old Republic era or something. I don't know. but-
Yeah, because like just imagine kind of make it update Battlefront 3 over time, adding in more heroes and stuff that Star Wars is introducing.
Yeah,
It could totally work.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but now I think like now that EA doesn't have like the exclusive rights to Star Wars anymore,
Oh, yeah.
like I think they're just done making Star Wars games, aren't they?
I think EA, if I know you're listening, but your Battlefield game sucked. No one
Ooh.
played it. It's getting worse.
Yeah, it really
Just
is.
go back to Battlefront, but don't
Yeah.
touch it. Let the developers make a really good game. You can just publish it.
Yeah. You're just the one with the money bags, EA.
Then you could have Apex Legends and Battlefront 3.
That would be such a
pretty cool.
powerhouse.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's what everyone was saying too, is that it was such a dumb decision on their part. Because, like, since there is this following for the game, and it's Star Wars, you would get, like, that's just, like, instant money for EA.
And then you imagine Mandalorian Season 3 introduces someone. Then
Yeah.
you can just be like, oh, well, add them to Battlefront as a hero.
Yeah,
Or
is the
villain.
Mandalorian already in Battlefront?
I know, I don't think so. Because then they
Okay,
can't.
then they add the Mandalorian
Yeah,
too.
Add the Mandalorian. Add
Yeah.
baby Grogu.
Yeah.
and then I mean, if they can have BB-8, they can have
Yeah,
Baby Yoda.
yeah,
Wait,
that
you
was
play
fun.
as BB-8?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of the
What the
heroes. They
frick?
added BB-8 and then that one like dark BB-8 or whatever.
Evil
The evil
What?
BB-8 from episode 8. It's
What-
so weird.
What can BB-8 even do?
He's like a support hero, I guess. Like he has a bunch of support things, but he also has this one move that I find incredibly funny, where he spins his wires around and just spins in a circle, just like
the
flies at the enemies. It's so weird, but I love it.
Yeah.
How like he's gotta be so small he could fit in all sorts of crevices.
Yeah, and he's a ball, and he's very fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a yeah. I don't know why he's a hero, but at the same time, they added so much. Like you've seen all like the special characters that you can play as, like all the specialists and stuff. Like
Yeah.
obviously in the Clone Wars, they added the droids with the swords and stuff. I forget what they're called. They had the Republic commanders for the and for they added Ewoks for the rebels.
Hell
Which are
yeah.
really fun to play as. It's the only time I actually like Ewoks. But Yeah, it's just a lot of fun now, and the heroes are really fun to play as now too.
Yeah, with their little move sets.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Definitely could use a sequel.
definitely.
Yeah.
Next on my list, I have another survival horror game, Prey. I know most. Oh,
I had that one on my list.
oh,
as
really?
well.
That's
Even though
funny because you didn't really like Prey.
I didn't like.
Then we're
Prey.
talking about the remake Prey
Yeah, yeah.
specifically because I know everyone wanted a sequel to the original Prey,
Yeah.
but I didn't play the original. It's on my list, but just the sequel, or not the sequel, the remake Prey, I think is pretty solid. I like the creatures. It's pretty good if you want to get into survival horror games. I think it's a good like kind of gateway.
Mhm.
But it ends on a pretty big cliffhanger with the world kind of being destroyed. So I kind of want to see what they could do with that and maybe set it on Earth. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah.
And but yeah, Prey. The original Prey, it was gonna get a sequel, and I think like I don't know too much about it, but I think the idea for their sequel was near the end of the game you find all these clones of you and various ways on how they die, and the way they die was how you would die throughout the game.
Oh, what the heck?
So if
That's
you
so
die
cool.
through the game, it's like a clone. But maybe they can incorporate that if they make a Prey sequel. But I don't know. Once Arcane is done with Redfall, then maybe they can work on a Prey
Oh my
sequel.
god, that's who's making Redfall?
Yeah.
Okay, that's such a weird transition.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
kind of makes me more excited for Redfall. So I'll definitely try it when it comes out. But yeah, Prey is one that I think could use a Prey too.
Yeah. And I think like I wasn't a big fan of the gameplay in Prey. It just felt very like
The game Prey.
the game Prey.
Yeah.
It felt pretty like bare bones to me, and like
Yeah, because there's like the alien powers you can get.
I don't think I got that far.
Well, you can choose to get them. It's kind of weird because you can choose to get them, but I didn't want to get them, and it's actually like it actually takes that into account by the end of the game. The people are like, "Oh, he didn't choose to get any powers." That's so interesting.
Yeah, that was what's cool about the game. Is like all of your, even though I didn't complete it, I know the ending. Like all your choices, like are like shown back to you.
Yeah, it is odd. Like the ending, I'm still torn on because I like how all your choices matter, but then it's like the tacked on ending is like it was all a dream and a simulation. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Unless they're like reliving your memories, but it made it sound like you were choosing. So I don't know, but I would like a Prey sequel.
Mhm. Yeah. I'd love a Prey. I would love to explore that world again and that storyline. I just want them to update the gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is one game that also has multiple endings, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to go with the option where you just kill everyone in the room. You just
I don't know. That could be pretty fun.
and you play as the alien. I'm pretty sure it's just you are being a good alien.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one. What's the next one on your list, Tyler?
I have Injustice.
Oh.
Gods
So
Among
Injustice
Us.
3.
Yeah, Injustice 3.
This is interesting, yes.
Because because the second one, there's like two options. Like there's two different endings.
Mhm.
Yeah, the bad ending and the good ending.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was the bad ending. I don't really remember what the good ending was. Probably guess everyone goes home safely. But the bad ending intrigued me so much, and I wanted to explore further that
Really?
way.
I don't remember the endings. I could give or take the second one's story. I don't really like it. But I guess like the fighting game aspect of it, so I'd be down for a sequel.
Yeah.
I think maybe a third one would be too much, but I would enjoy it. Just exploring the DC world with the DC superheroes. Maybe they can do some other storylines like I don't know DC storylines. When Doomsday comes,
You'd
or
probably want
something.
like Constantine in the lineup.
Oh, Constantine would be so sick. I love Constantine.
Yeah.
Bring back the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Sure. Why
Sure.
not?
Yeah.
Their DLC in the second game. If you
Yeah, I know.
okay, I didn't know. If you
Yeah.
I just had to explain my joke.
Alright.
I would
Get
like
Scorpion back.
I would like better character designs, just because some of the characters look really weird.
Well, in the second one, you can like customize them.
Yeah, but I don't know, just a different art style.
Yeah.
Maybe more
Yeah.
comic
Oh,
book stylized.
definitely,
Because some of
yeah.
them, I don't really like the look of like like NetherRealms games nowadays.
Uh-huh.
Because like Mortal Kombat 11, I didn't like a lot of the designs, and Injustice 2, I didn't like a lot of like the designs.
Yeah.
NetherRealm, I think, did say that they're working on their next game, and it's not Mortal Kombat. So
Right.
a lot of people were saying it's gonna be Injustice 3.
That would be really cool.
Because
and
what
I'd be
else do they
hyped.
have?
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Mutant Ninja.
Whatever. I always mix up their names.
It's a knockoff one.
Yeah.
But yeah, is that anything else you want to say about that?
No.
Any other DC characters you want in?
Mr. Freeze instead of Captain Cold.
Yeah, that would be. I think Mr. Freeze was a skin for Captain Cold.
Why didn't they just add him in? He's
Yeah.
so much more well known.
Yeah, they should have done Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
They're probably like, we have too many Batman
Yeah, they probably
characters.
have. Flash.
Yeah.
Dude,
So-
what about Mirror Master?
What does he do?
What about the big wheel, even though that's Marvel?
What about Condiment King?
Yeah.
They should have Condiment King as a DLC.
Dude,
Definitely.
yeah.
Dude, I think Mirror Master, even though he's kind of goofy looking, I think he could be cool.
What does he do?
He like goes through reflections and stuff, and he goes into the mirror.
So he
realm.
have a teleporting move.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And he could like his ultimate would be like he takes you to the mirror dimension, and then you get trapped there and you lose.
Oh, I think they should do one with no Superman and no Batman.
Wow, that'd be interesting.
You don't get to play as them. They're just background
Well, in the-
characters you can throw at the other.
Well, in the bad ending, they turn like Brainiac gets control of them, so maybe you have to fight them.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I think they'd probably go with the good ending. They're to make a
yeah.
sequel.
I don't know. But, yeah. I think they just kill Brainiac and then
They
they're
should
like, yippee.
I guess it would be
Yippee.
Injustice. I was gonna say they make a sequel of Injustice, but make it not set in the Injustice universe, and you can't really do that.
Yeah. So,
Do you
I
have
mean-
any more on your list, Mathern?
I do. I have two more like main ones, and then two more that I would just want to touch on later. But
That was the end of my list, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, good.
yeah, for
You can stop talking for the rest of the podcast. Tyler.
yeah. So for my next one though, Cuphead. I
Oh
think
yeah, that's so obvious.
yeah, why didn't I
didn't
think
put
of
that on
that?
my list.
they kind of came out with like the Delicious Last Course, which is kind of a DLC.
Yeah, it's a DLC,
But
yeah.
imagine they add another character to Cuphead 2, and you have 4 players.
They added a character to cut. Yeah, they added the DLC.
Yeah, they added they added
Tea lady or whatever she
Yeah.
was at her
Chalice,
kettle.
Chalice?
Yeah, Miss Chalice.
Okay, she's not even tea. She's
Yeah, she's not.
You're
tea,
thinking like
'cause-
Uncle T or whatever.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure his name was not Uncle T.
Is it Mr. T?
But it's just such an obvious choice, you know, with Cuphead. The thing is that I feel like it would take a while for it to be in
Yeah.
development. I mean, obviously, but like I would love to just see more.
That
of
would
that.
be so good. A sequel to Cuphead.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's all I really have to say
I think it's
about
got a
it.
good chance, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, yeah,
Because they came out with that show.
yeah. That show, man.
Oh
That show.
man.
Yeah, man.
Let's look at
That was
Cuphead
quite the
too.
show.
Yeah, I feel like it's not gonna come out anytime soon.
Season 2 of the Cuphead show is coming to Netflix in August.
Cause like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's its own like separate entity, isn't it?
The show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Yeah.
So I feel like at the same time they could just surprise us with just a random Cuphead trailer. Like, hey, Cuphead 2 is just coming out. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very plausible.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
who knows?
But
But-
the blah, 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 the big next announcement.
Yeah.
That would be really cool to see. I love that game.
Yeah. But yeah. Do you have any more on your list?
Yeah, I got a couple more.
Okay.
So I think they need to come out with an Evil Within sequel. I think they just need to cap off the trilogy, make a third one.
Yeah.
I think
Everything's better in trilogies.
I think they said that Ghostwire Tokyo game that came out was gonna be an Evil Within game,
Really?
but they kind of just made it their own thing, and it was okay. I didn't enjoy it too much. It was kind of disappointing, honestly.
Oh, really?
But I think an Evil Within 3 could be really cool. I like those games. Maybe I think you have to do a different main character though. I don't want Sebastian back. I want a different new main character, and just kind of focus on like that weird mind horror.
Yeah.
And, like that psychological horror. And I don't think it could work. I know you're not a big fan of the Evil Within games, Tyler, and you haven't played them.
I know. Yeah.
But I think they're really really good, if especially if you like kind of like the Resident Evil 4 and the third person, like survival horror games. They're really good, and I just want a third one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo began life as the Evil Within 3.
Oh,
They should have just
interesting.
stuck with it.
Yeah.
Ghostwire Tokyo wasn't worth it.
Maybe they will stick with it in the future then. They'll write a new concept for it, and then, I'm guessing this is going to be way in the future, but
Yeah.
still. Yeah.
Yeah,
Be
because
cool having
maybe
another
once they
survival horror.
maybe if they're like, Ghostwire Tokyo didn't do well, we gotta get Evil Within 3. Quick work on it now.
Quick.
Yeah, but so you got no more on your list, Tyler? What's the
The last legitimate one. I mean, the ones I want to mention are legitimate, kind of, but they're just kind of complicated.
yeah?
The last legitimate, quote unquote, one is Vampire. Vampire.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that game, and the only thing is that there are 4 different endings to that game. 2 of which are, and spoilers to you guys. I don't know if you guys finished.
Yeah, I
you finished it.
finished it, yeah.
Oh yeah, you finished it.
Like I couldn't
You-
finish
yeah,
it.
you don't care though.
Yeah. I'll finish it eventually, but yeah,
yeah.
you could go ahead. Go ahead.
There's 2 that are the gooder endings, the better endings, where you're
Oh,
just
yeah.
finding a cure, and there are the 2 that are the worst endings, where your girlfriend dies or whatever.
I hate her anyways.
I
I'm glad she died.
but
I mean, I don't think she died in my playthrough, but
it's like, it's always weird with those choice games because you don't really know what they would do for a sequel.
Maybe a different character.
I would be open to that, But I also just really like Jonathan Reed. I think he's just a fun guy.
Yeah, maybe they do a sequel and kind of like reference Jonathan.
Yeah.
or what if they do a prequel
Or a prequel.
and they do, because don't they talk about her father or her
Oh, yeah.
great grandfather or whatever?
Yeah.
What if they do a story about him?
That would be interesting because that would be set in like medieval times. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Okay, I like the way this is going.
Yeah. Like at the end where you meet him and he's like old and gray and and she chops off his head and
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot that happens at the end.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what they to say about him, but like, didn't he go on like great adventures and stuff?
They're say like you talk to him and he's like a legend or something. Apparently, he was like
I'm a bloody legend.
Who was he? He was like a significant person in like actual history, though.
He
Yeah.
was Vlad the Impaler.
But was he?
No.
I don't,
No.
I don't know.
No, it
it
wasn't
was some
Vlad.
king or something.
Yeah, it was some like king that was
or
a vampire.
royal. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was like a king that was
It was
a
like
vampire.
something.
Yeah.
What is he?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Vampire grandpa?
I think it's a very unlikely
Yeah.
route that they'll take, but I think that would be really cool.
That would be cool. I'm just open to a sequel in general, but if they do that, then I'll be ecstatic. Like,
Yeah.
that was. I think that one deserves a sequel.
Mhm. But I think if you do that,
Do.
like you can't really have like I don't know, because he's a king and you're like gonna be playing as a king. Like you can't really have that mechanic where you like.
Maybe it's like his.
Maybe that's a good
uprising.
thing, though.
Yeah.
Maybe because it'll be different.
Yeah,
maybe.
true.
But I was talking about the mechanic of like sucking people's blood just like off the street. I guess you could do that.
Or like
Yeah.
like mesmerizing.
Well,
them.
the king doesn't do a lot at night, so
Yeah,
he could sneak out and
That's
do
So
stuff.
like during the
Sneak
day,
out.
he's like just at his quarters and he's like planning a war or something.
Yeah.
And then during night, then you do the vampire stuff. That would be cool.
That would
be sick. Honestly.
Well, that would be sick.
That would be sick.
See, like, imagine this. Like, you can, like, there's, like, so the story for this is a great idea, guys. Like, there's, like, corruption in your city. I don't
Yeah.
know what the legends are, what they talk about.
Yeah.
But you have, like, an uprising in your city, like a rebellion.
yeah.
And then you can, like, choose at night you go around as a vampire and you can, like, take it out. And then at day, you can, like, go, like, a political side
Yeah.
and, like,
Be a king,
be a king.
but
And
only inside.
people would come to you, like in Dragon Inquisition or whatever.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Where they come to you and you're like, that's a cardboard box.
Cardboard box.
Cardboard.
I don't remember what it was.
It's just a wooden
a
box.
wooden box. There's a snake
Yeah.
under there.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Something like that would be interesting.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. That would be a really interesting idea.
Yeah. Games are fun.
Yeah. Do you have any more on your list? Ryan?
This is one game I'm kind of, so Celeste. I love the game so much, and I think Celeste 2 would just be so cool. But
Dude, I should have added that to my list.
I kind of just love the purity of Celeste.
Yeah.
But I also would love a sequel, and I don't think they have any
Yeah.
plans to do a sequel, and they kind of maybe don't want to.
Yeah.
But I
I
would
can see why, but
maybe they don't call it Celeste. Maybe they call it something else, because I feel like you can't have Madeline go up Celeste again.
yeah.
Maybe Celeste's sister.
So either it's a different character going up Celeste, but it's like different, so you can have and like different mechanics. Maybe
Yeah,
like a
like
grapple
go up
thing,
the other
or
side or
climbing gear or
something.
something.
Yeah.
What was they doing? Metroidvania.
No, it's a platformer.
I'm sorry.
But or maybe Madeline is going off and doing a different mountain called like not Celeste.
Yeah, like
Mount?
Celeste.
like
Blessed.
Borgmore.
We gotta climb Borgmore.
Yeah.
It's the tallest mountain.
Borgmore.
But yeah, I think a Celeste sequel could be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. I should have put that on my
It's
list.
my favorite game.
You should have.
I don't know, I
And
didn't think of it.
for the Metal Gear Rising reason, more music.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
my god, yeah.
gosh, Yes.
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 So, if you didn't, or you didn't
No,
tell-
go ahead. What's your last two, right?
So yeah, my last two, kind of iffy on these. I'll start with this one first. New Vegas. I really want a sequel to.
Yeah,
but
I
at the
think a
same
lot of
time-
people want a sequel. Just like a straight up sequel to
Yeah,
New
just
Vegas.
like not just another Fallout game, just a straight up sequel.
A
to New
straight
Vegas.
up sequel.
Straight up sequel.
Straight up.
Because, and it's kind of weird because it has that choice factor at the end too.
Mm-hmm.
But it is just such an interesting story, and it's just such a cool world.
Yeah,
Like I absolutely adore New Vegas. It is one of my favorite games of all time, and I feel like it definitely deserves a follow up just for being
and
that good.
if Fallout can get sequels, you can do just a New Vegas sequel.
Yeah, it's kind of like its own kind of spin-off thing anyways, so
Yeah.
do a sequel of a spin-off
It'd be
I know is a lot.
Imagine just like New Vegas 2 with newer graphics and stuff.
Dude, that would be incredible. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Then I'd actually play the game.
You bastard. But yeah, the other one I wanted to talk about was Armello 2.
Oh, I was gonna put that on my list,
Yeah.
but it's like a weird thing.
Yeah,
Kind of like
it's
a
a
live
sequel.
service.
Yeah,
game
it's
almost.
like a live service, kind of like it's a multiplayer game and it's constantly being updated. I feel like if they were to make an Armello 2, then they would just have to add a whole new like big mechanic or a bunch of different ones, which at the same time they could just do to the base game. So either they keep updating.
I mean, if Overwatch can do it and just replace
Yeah,
the original, then just do.
I don't want it to
Overwatch.
have that Overwatch treatment though. You know? I just
They
want
do
it.
Armello 2 and
Yeah.
replace it.
Unfortunately, I think Armello's is dying.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
don't know if they're
yeah.
updating it anymore.
They added crossplay was their last biggest update, and maybe they're working on something else.
I don't
But
know. Last time I
I
heard,
don't
like,
know.
I think they were just went on to a new project.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the unfortunate truth is that it probably is dying. I would just love to like see like a story mode or something with specific like specialized maps, you know,
That'd
to
be
like
cool.
like imagine where you're already like playing the Origins of the King or something. Like and you're like
Little kitten.
yeah, no, just like his uprising, you know. And then like you like have this specialized map they have to do special things on to win.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool, but it's also a lot. It's a lot for this little team of, you know.
It is.
This I'm saying little, not to belittle,
Belittle them.
yeah, not to belittle them, but because they are very small.
They are.
Not as big as like one of those AAA studios, but you know you can tell that their hearts into.
Yeah,
what they
I
want.
think if they were to make a sequel, there would have to be like a different objective to win the game. Instead of becoming
Yeah.
king, maybe you. I don't know.
you like have your clan take over or something.
Yeah, maybe everyone has like their own clan.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
bases, and you can like last man standing
Yeah,
wins.
yeah.
I won't say too much about the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you barely played it, but
But everyone listening, play Armello. Buy
yeah.
it. Bring it back.
Yeah, but do CPR on it. Just play it. please. It's
The
too.
resurgence.
It's like you can tell how much like heart and soul they poured into that game, and it's just so
Absolutely.
sad to see it like fade away like that.
Maybe I'm wrong about it. I don't know, because I feel like there are some like a core group of people that like still play it,
Oh yeah,
still going strong.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Those 400 hours in that game weren't for nothing, I tell you that.
they really need to add something new to it,
Yeah.
or make a whole new game.
Yeah.
Now you guys are just hopelessly wishing.
Oh, yeah, that's what these sequels are, though. A lot of them
Yeah.
are just like hopeful thinking, really.
It will never happen, but it'd be cool if it did
Yeah, yeah,
for a lot of these. If you guys got any sequels, we know there's obvious ones, but
yeah.
like everyone wants Half-Life 3. I haven't played any Half-Life games,
Yeah.
but like Portal 3, you know,
They had Half-Life Alex.
yeah,
Kind
but,
of Half-Life 3. I don't know, it's not
Kind of.
exactly, but
and then well, you know, like Chrono Trigger everyone wants, and then just some other games. But yeah, if you guys have anything, don't be afraid to share.
yeah, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
keep up with the conversation of video game sequels. But I guess we'll leave off with our video game recommendation. We've all been through our lists.
Mhm.
Whose turn is it to recommend? It
I
was
think
me
it's
last week because I
I think-
recommended God of War,
Yes.
and I hope everyone played through that game.
Yeah. Okay, so
I
it's you
did it.
then.
I think it's me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna recommend something off my list.
Oh, well, this is good. This is good. Keeping with the theme.
I'm gonna recommend Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Let me recommend the game.
I was just gonna ask a question.
If you like a puzzle game where you like just like traveling through a medieval world.
Yeah, well, I hate both of those. No, I'm
Well,
just kidding.
shut the frick up.
I'm just kidding.
I do hate brothers. You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, and if you love Sons, do you like Sons?
I hate Sons.
All right. Yeah, it's just a really solid puzzle game, and it really because you have to control both of them at the same time most of the time. It's just a fun puzzle game.
Yeah, unique take on it, on the puzzle
Yeah,
genre.
it definitely is, and it's got a great story. Even though I don't think anyone speaks,
Oh, that's kind of cool though.
I think they mumble.
Apparently it's 90% off Steam, so
Oh, get it now!
I don't know.
Before it's too late.
That's crazy. But yeah, Brothers: A Tale of Two Brothers.
Sons. Please get it right. Be respectful,
That's
please.
your recommendation for the week.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing for next week, so it'll be a surprise.
It's
And-
always a surprise.
And yeah, if you have any, leave nice reviews. That would help out a lot. We do have an email. You could send us your comments and your hates or your
Yeah.
loves. checkpointcornerpod@gmail.com.
Well, please send your loves. Mwah.
Yes, yes,
Send Ryan your hates.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, don't do that.
No, it's his birthday. Send him birthday wishes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
if you want. Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
See you later.
Bye.